what we're thinking, create a wheel of all of the legends. Every single one.
This is going to be crazy.
What we do is we decide on a deck themed around said legend.
And this can be anything, so, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be a 3 of in the deck.
Yeah, I think the whole point of the deck would be to use and abuse this legend somehow. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
We are going to spin this wheel.
Is this for you or me?
I thought this was going to be for both of us.
Both of us? We're doing the same one?
Yeah, sure. All right. Are we both going to build a deck around Opus 19 Golbez, or do we want to take two different legends?
Let's take two different legends.
All right. So I guess, is that yours or mine?
It doesn't matter.
All right. Well, we will also flip a coin to see who gets what. I will spin the wheel. So our second legend is going to be... Opus 14 Larsa. Very nice. Very nice. So we have Opus 19 Golbez and Opus 14 Larsa. I will let you call it in the air. And I will even let you assign which is which.
Well, hey, all right. So let's say this is on me. Heads is Golbez, tails is Larsa. This is for me.
And then I will pick the opposite. So if you get Golbez, I'll take Larsa.
Okay.
Heads Golbez, tails Larsa.
Yes.
All right. So you get Larsa.
Yes.
And I get Opus 19 Golbez. If you play Final Fantasy TCG, there's a very good chance that you've purchased cards from Nerd Labs already. Nerd Labs has nearly 2,000 completed sales in just over the last 11 months or so, with overwhelmingly positive feedback. We're on TCG Player, but just as a little hint, if you follow the link in the description, there's no price floor when prices are updated on a daily basis. Always happy to support the stack. Let's get back to the video.
I believe I'll go first. Alrighty. I will draw one for turn.
Okay.
Those 14 Larsa. Sarah.
Sure.
Sarah. Search me a Job King. El Polka. And there you go.
Oh. Not what we wanted.
Oh, hell.
I'm going to ditch to play the Galif.
Oh, nice. I've seen that before.
Okay.
Whiff.
We get nothing.
What a whiff.
We'll pass turn.
Alright. Nice. Well, my friend, if you want me to show you how it's done.
Sure.
Why not? Watch me, Will. Oh, well, no. 2 or less?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Larsa. I have no damage on. I believe we just... And pass turn.
Well, this is awkward. Very awkward. That's all I can do, so...
You want to attack? Pass turn?
Yeah, I'm just going to pass turn because I know what you're going to do.
You don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, shit.
It sucks when you have a card in hand and then you revealed 2 of the same card in your 5 and it's not even one that you could play. Yeah.
It doesn't feel good to get rid of Aerith.
feel like we basically built the same deck. Because I play Aerith.
Really?
Yeah.
Pass turn.
So you searched.
I searched Sophie.
Sophie, yeah.
Yep.
Oof. I don't like that either. Yeah, I think we need it. We'll play that and get rid of Scarm. Ditch Vane to play Bartz.
Yep.
When Bartz enters, we'll name a job. Archfiend will name element of the light and dark, water. He gains the job and the element, blah, blah, blah. So for each forward other than Bartz with the same name or same job, he gains 2k. So basically he's got 7k there, and then that adds another 2k, so he's at 9k.
Gotcha.
And then he cannot be chosen by basically water summons. Pass turn.
All right. Draw 2 for turn. Boom, boom. Sophie.
Yeah.
And then we are going to ditch here for Orin.
Okay.
And then I believe at this point we just
Start swinging.
pass turn.
Okay, so she's at big enough.
Yeah.
And
2, 4, 6, 8
So that's 12k.
plus 2 off of.
Oh, that's nice. All right, so
Yeah.
it's at the end of every turn.
Yep. For each Earth forward, blah, blah, blah. At the end of each of your turns, if she has 10,000 power or more, draw 1 card. And so he deals your opponent 1 point damage.
Okay.
I didn't even look at that.
Okay.
I didn't even read that part.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, pretty good.
But read that, and that's bad because I played this deck before.
Yeah. So we'll ditch 2 to play Phoenix to resurrect Scarm.
Yep.
Scarm, we will name an element. We'll name water.
When he does damage, double it.
Yeah. So then Phoenix will deal everybody 2k.
Oh, so no, he's still buffed to 3.
Ha!
Yeah.
I don't know that we go much further than that, because if I block or if I attack, you're just gonna block with Viking, draw a card. That does bump her down to 12k though.
Mm-hmm. So the reason why I did Galif was to see if I can hit Sophie off of Galif.
Yeah.
And then also, you really only need Galif, 1 other forward, and Sophie to get her to the 10. So you really only need 3 forwards to get Sophie to 10 with Galif.
Yeah, you don't have to go super wide.
So if you already have Sophie on board, you hit Galif, and you're more than likely going to hit something, and then boom, you
Yeah.
can already start doing damage.
I think we'll just pass.
All right.
I've got a little time.
Yeah, you got a little time.
This is gonna be the least exciting match ever.
It probably is. It's just going to be a stall for me, just to bleed you dry. I believe we'll just go to end phase and pass turn.
So you draw a card.
I'll let my
Take
5.
damage. That's not horrible. If permitted, I'm gonna Scarm special.
Yep.
But I'm gonna foil rule there.
Yeah, that's fine.
So choose 2 forwards, deal 4k if you have received 5 points of damage. 7k. Since I chose water,
doubles.
yeah. So we're gonna do 8k.
So 8k here, and then
Yeah. So we choose Orin, and I don't. Well, yeah, Larsa. We choose Larsa. That's fine.
okay. Don't want me to draw a card.
No, I want you to crash that thing into me. I think we passed turn.
Okay. Draw 2.
Yeah.
So, are you ready to go fishing? Let's go fishing. Leela.
Mm-hmm.
When Leela enters the field, choose 1 card named Viking of cost 3 or less in your break zone. Play it onto the field.
Mm-hmm.
Viking.
Mm-hmm.
When Viking enters the field, reveal the top 5. Play 1 Viking of cost 3 or less. Another Viking. Enters field, draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes. Viking.
Mm-hmm.
No. We'll play one Viking on cost of your list. Hell yeah.
Okay. Here we are.
Yeah, we still here. And then I believe we just passed her. Draw one card.
Okay.
Just board wipe me. Heck, I thought Kyra would get me.
Ditch 2 for Sid. Sid will search for Gomez. Okay, potentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacks.
8 attacks.
Pass turn.
Alright. Alright, now we're into some business, boys. Mm-hmm. This is where it gets good. Enter combat.
Yeah.
Swing Viking.
For 3K.
Yep, for 3K.
Block.
Okay. Leaves the field. Draw a card. Guido gets my 3 counters. At the end of the turn. That's right. I'll just go to end turn.
Okay.
And then draw a card, deal damage, and I have to discard one for turn. I didn't even think about that.
Okay. Took too long.
To get Vayne out, yeah.
Pass turn.
Draw 2 for turn. Remove 3 knowledge counters, draw 2 cards. Mm-hmm. So, 1. And then I believe we enter combat. Swing Viking.
Block.
Draw a card. Then we'll just main phase 2. Pasture.
That would have been nice. Alright.
So you literally have this turn. Because at the beginning of main phase 1, during each of my turns, you'll do your point of damage. And then at the end of my turn, point of damage.
So we're going to warp Gomez.
Yep.
We are going to tap him, put him into the break zone.
Do it correctly because I did it wrong.
Yes. Remove a warp counter. Play an Archfiend.
Yep.
Draw a card.
Draw a card. Draw a card.
Draw a card.
That's what you needed the whole time was Cagnazo, right?
Yep.
That's your board wipe.
Yep. We just needed 1 Earth card, and we would have been okay. But guess what?
No Earth.
No Earth card.
They got a fucking board.
I mean, it doesn't matter because if I attack,
I can just take up to 7 points of damage, or up to 6.
well, I mean, even then you could just get rid of your Vikings, and you still got plenty.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I feel like this one's a better deck than the other one that I made.
Pass.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know what else to do.
Draw 2 cards or counter. Draw 2 cards.
Getting a main phase 1, right?
Yep, main phase 1. And then, since
nice.
the whole deck was made around this, or we will play Larsa.
Great.
And then go to pass turn. Ooh, finally EX burst.
Alright. Game 2 will be different.
Alright, yeah. You know your game plan now.
No, I don't.
Oh, gosh. You know my game plan.
I know your game plan, and that's enough. I will definitely choose to go first.
Gotcha.
So we're going to ditch 2 for Galif.
Yep. Bots.
Play the only thing we can. We're going to call Archfiend, and we'll call Water. Pass turn.
Gotcha. Sarah. King. I better do it before I get my baby out. And say go. That does have a bad problem with brick in hands.
You're telling me. Attack.
Ooh, EX.
You can just add her to your hand.
Yes, I'm gonna do it. Should I do it? Nah, because she's an EX burst.
Yeah, but put Sophie in there.
Could put Sophie in there. You know what? I could put Sophie in there and just get her back, but nah, go ahead.
Swing Barks.
Because that was the whole reason.
Yeah. And then Pat's turn.
We are gonna try to do this. Another reason why I play this, Layla, will get me my Viking, the other one, and then hopefully I can spin the wheel, which I'm probably gonna whiff on this one. I feel it. No. My other Viking. So now she is at the 2, 4, 6, 10. And I will pass turn, draw a card.
We're going to ditch 3 for Tyra.
Cagnaza.
Swing with Barks.
Ooh.
Swing with Galef.
Bonus burst.
Swing with Rube.
Ruby.
Rhubarb.
At how much power?
Galef's adding 2k right now. So 7k.
Oh, block. Okay. Draw a card. Larsa for Orin. Tap 2 for the Larsa. Larsa's trigger effect. Aerith. Aerith. So now, Aerith buffs everything by 2. She buffs everything by 2 because I have 3 AXs. And I believe we start swinging.
Okay.
Because you attacked with everything you have. And these 2 are existing. Viking. Leia.
Get him out of here. I don't need him.
Hell, Sophie. Ooh!
See what I'm talking about?
That is bad. Show that camera. Then you shuffled. You power shuffled, and shuffled.
Alright.
Then I think we're just going to go to end phase there. And pass turn, deal the damage, and draw a card.
Sure.
And a damage straight Orin gains 3k. You just got some damn bad luck today.
Okay.
You got something.
But what?
I actually use Larsa's effect to buff everything by 2.
Yeah.
Nice. That's why I made this deck just for that, guys.
Ditch 3 for Reagan.
Yes, he lets you.
So we're gonna, when he enters the field, remove 4 cards, or choose 4 cards in your break zone. So we will choose a Golbez, a Vayne, a Phoenix, and a Class 10th. Remove them from the game. If there are 4 or more colors, search for a 4 to 4 less, other than multi-element played onto the field.
Gotcha. Vayne, possibly?
Fuck me, man. I don't know.
Because lasagna is just a spaghetti cake, guys. If you don't know that.
I really needed Barb.
Yeah.
Oh, I drew them all. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh, 1 in damage and you drew 2, right?
Yeah. I cannot build Archfiends. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I cannot build a deck around Larsa because the only one that came to mind was Clangoli.
And then when a forward enters, we dole Choose a forward and it has to be Orin.
That's her.
Yeah. What else you want me to do?
Oh, sorry. Are we gonna go fishing again?
Fish it out.
Fishing again.
Fish it out.
Draw a card. And at this point, I think we just use the deck to Sophie in turn and draw one card. Oh, by the way, this is Spanish. Pirata.
Cuando Lela entra el torneo de juego, elige un nombre de la carta Vikino
Yeah.
de coste 3 o menos de tu break zone. Juégala al tierno de juego. I like it.
That's pretty cool.
Tap 1, it's going to be lightning. Ditch 2 for Gomez.
Yep.
This triggers, I will respond by breaking Bagan to break Orin.
Yep.
Oh well, I have to choose Orin either way because it's at. Yeah, it's at. Yeah, so we'll
break him anyways.
Yeah, he gets broken. So all my Archfiends gain 3k. So he's plus 3 at damage 3. So that's plus 6, plus 2. So he's plus 8. So 13k. Plus 2, and then plus 2 for himself. And then plus 3. So he's also at 13k.
Nice.
We just enter.
Yep.
13k.
Block. I don't know how much it is. Draw a card.
13k.
Just block.
9k.
Block there.
Is she big enough?
She is just 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. He entered. 8k, boy.
So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10.
Yeah. And we'll pass turn.
All right. Let's see what we be doing, boys. To make our board big again. We will.
Yeah, me too.
I know. And I believe that's all we can do. Boom, boom. Bester.
Okay. Well, I've said it before, not on video, but I'll say it here. Archfiends suck.
They're good when they're going. When you draw good and have good hands, they're really good.
Yeah.
But
so
talking about dicks.
yeah, this is a fun little exercise, I think, and I really want to do more of these. So the whole idea is pretty simple for mine. So why don't you do yours? Yours is a little bit more.
All right. So we had spun the wheel to pick a legend to build around, and my legend was, let's see, where are you at? Opus 14, Larsa. So Larsa, when Larsa enters the field, choose one card in your damage zone. At the end of each, add it to your hand. Put one from your hand into the damage zone. Its EX burst effect will not trigger. The forwards you control gain 2,000 power for every 3 cards with EX burst in your damage zone. This, when I got this, I was like, how do I build a deck focused off of this? Which the only thing that come to mind was State of Clan Goalie, where you can just make your State of Clan Goalie buffed by having the, was it Hurdy and all those in your damage zone. It'll buff it to like 30 or something. That's the only thing I could think of. that really revolves around your damage zone, and then also Axe Star. And I was like, Fire Water, yeah, that'd be cool. But to be honest with you, that's not the elements I play. My strong suit is Earth, Water, and Water, or just Earth. That's what I've always played. That's what it's the funnest for me. And I already have a good feel for it. So I ran a deck a long time ago when we first started playing. We were just brainstorming decks on alternate win conditions. And my win condition was Sophie, damage, as well as Omega on the board. It was a fun deck. I never could really pull it off. It did occasionally. But I really lost hard to cards that would either remove it or it would get put into the damage zone. And I got to thinking about Larsa. I was like, well, I can build Earth, Water, Sophie, and then put Larsa in it in case Sophie got hit in the damage. Because I was like, I would say 9 times out of 10 I took Sophie in the damage or it was removed from my hand. And it was really bad. So that brought me to maybe making Larsa useful. And to get Sophie back. I know this deck isn't centered around Larsa, but it does help it. Along with the Kusys to recur from the break zone, and then the Vikings. So the way I chose to buff Sophie was running a Viking package. This deck was based off of Larsa, but Sophie, and doing damage. So at the end of the turn, if Sophie is buffed to 10,000 power or more, draw 1 card, and Sophie deals your opponent 1 point of damage. She is buffed by 2k for every Earth and or Water forward. So Darkness Manifest as well. At the beginning of main phase 1, during each of your turns, Darkness Manifest deals your opponent 1 point of damage. So essentially, having these both on the board with a board established for Sophie will do 2 points per turn and draw you a card. You'll see in the games I've only pulled Darkness Manifest out once. Really didn't need to, but it was out there. And Sophie. Let's see. So Larsa will get your Sophie back out of damage in case it gets in the damage. If it gets removed, you're done. Yeah, your next option would be Darkness Manifest. So in this deck, we play 3 Galifs. So Galif, the forwards that cost 2 or less, you control, gain 2,000 power. Sophie will be buffed by an additional 2, plus the 2 that he's the Earth forward. When he enters the field, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, play 1 forward of cost 2 or less among them onto the field, and return the other cards to the bottom of your deck. So just say you have Sophie on the board, you play Galif, you reveal 2 costs, you'll play the 2 costs, and then this deck is going to be Earth or Water forward. So then you'll get Sophie buffed by 2 off of him, plus the 2 that he buffs for his effect, and then the 2 additional from the other forward that you get. So then you're automatically, with 3 cards, dealing your opponent 1 point of damage at the end of the turn. Also, if you just hit Sophie off of this, you can play Sophie right onto the field. So that's why we play him. He's pretty strong. Let's see. We play 3 Ghetto because we're playing a Viking package. I know you've seen this. Vikings, they're small. You can just literally run into your opponent. They're either going to take the damage or not. If they don't take the damage, they decide to block. It'll go to the break zone. Then your Ghetto will get 3 counters, and you'll get a draw, most likely, or you will get a draw off the Viking. Then you get 3 counters on this at the end of the turn, and then during your opponent's turn or your turn, the beginning turn, you can draw 2 cards by removing the 3 counters. It was just a way to draw and be able to play more cards to buff Sophie. You got 2 Orins. Orin, he's basically just protection to not let your Sophie get hit. It can be really annoying and hard to play around a lot of times because most things target. And basically the only way to get around that is just not targeting. Or you'll have to use 2 resources to get rid of Sophie by getting rid of Orin and then Sophie. We run 2 Aeriths. Aeriths are going to buff all your forwards by 2k. She'll have the effect of when she gets sent to the break zone, put work counter on her basically, and then replay her onto the field. It's just there to buff all your stuff and to buff Sophie as well. Alright, so here's another one that comes into play. Layla. When Layla enters the field, choose one card named Viking, cost 3 or less, in your break zone, play it onto the field. So say you have Sophie on the field. This is another instance of kind of how Galef works. Just to try and spam out to be able to get it up to 10k quick. Play Layla. Usually I try to dump this Viking. This Viking, when it enters the field, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Play one card named Viking, cost 3 or less among them onto the field. There are so many Vikings in this deck, it's basically maxed out on them. So you'll play this from the break zone, and then you'll go spinning the wheel, and then hopefully play another Viking. And at that, you'll have 3 Vikings, and then Sophie, and then that will be able to deal your opponent the point of damage in the end turn. So that's why we play Layla. So as far as Vikings, we play the 3-drop one. When Viking enters the field, draw 1 card. When he leaves the field, draw 1 card. That also works with Guido, just attacking and drawing a card. This Viking, you spin the wheel, you get another one. And a lot of times you can go into one, into the other, into another one, which is really great. And it plays a 3 or less Viking. You got this Viking. When Viking enters the field, draw 1 card. He's only 1000k, but he can get pretty big if you have everything else on the board, buffing it all. He can get easily 7, 8k. Then you have this one. When Viking leaves the field, draw 1 card. It's basically the same thing. You can attack into something, Guido, get your counters, or he might be buffed, and you just need a card, draw it. And then, so Durando. When Durando is a Viking, when he deals damage to your opponent, choose up to 1 forward in your break zone and up to 1 backup in your break zone and add them to your hand. This was another way to get Sophie back out of the break zone, last resort, if you can. We also run 3 Kusiths as a way to get Sophie back out of the break zone. So Kusith will take care of it in the break zone. Larsa will get it out of the damage zone. If it's removed, you're basically done. So as far as backup package, we run 3 Claris. Claris, when he enters the field, you may search for 1 Job King and add it to your hand. So the Job King we play will be Kolka. We play 2 Kolka. When Kolka enters the field, you may search for 1 Earth Forward and add it to your hand. Most likely you're going to get Sophie. So then I was also contemplating playing the Leo backup, which I didn't have it on hand. It's a 4-drop backup, water, that when he enters the field, if you control 2 or more job standard units, top deck a card, but if you don't, just return it to their hand. I think that would be pretty good. That would be the only source removal this deck has when I put it in here. But I think that would be really good as far as being able to go into Claris, search the Leo, and then your Leo, you'll have your color fixes, your earth and your water. So the other way we get the color fix would be the Sarah. We play 3 copies of Sarah. Sarah will search your Job King, Prince, your Job King, Prince, or Job Prince, or sorry, Job Princess, and add it to your hand. So off of Sarah, you will search Kolka, and then there's your 2 colors to play Sophie. You can also off of Sarah search your Lena, and then we also run Hilda. When Hilda enters the field, draw 1 card for each forward you control. You can only draw up to 4 cards with this ability. A lot of times you'll have a bunch of Vikings on the field. You can drop this, and if you have backups, you play it off of backups, and then you just plus. And then also it's a way just to search through your deck as well. And then we run 2 Merle Web. When Merle Web enters the field, you may search for 1 water forward and add it to your hand. Just another way to search Sophie. So that's about it. One thing I would change would just be putting that Leo in there. That way your Claris and the Leo can color fix you. Your Sarah into Kolka can color fix you. And I think that would... And this, I think of the 2 matches we played, I literally ran off of just 2 backups the whole time. Once I was color fixed right here, Sophie was live, just playing straight from the hand, off of your backups. And then I think you're good at that point. Because everything else just tutors into something else, plus and your Layla's into your Vikings and your Galef into something else. And I think one time I hit Galef into a Viking, into another Viking, into another Viking, which was pretty crazy. And then Sophie was like massive at that point. This is a pretty fun deck. I think this is... I haven't went back to this deck in a long time. I think this deck compared to my old Omega Sophie deck is night and day difference. This is way better. But then also we were really new to Final Fantasy at that point, and we were just messing around, just with random crazy deck ideas, and those were fun games too. So, I don't really know what I would change in this. I don't know how it would do against a really competitive deck. I don't think it would. If somebody has removal, they just got removal. It may not work against something else, but we're just doing 2 random deck ideas, just playing against random stuff, jank kind of ish stuff. Yeah. Just fun stuff, more content more or less. But if you like this deck, let me know in the comments if you want to put it together and play it against your locals or whatever you choose to do. Let us know. Let us know how it does, or if you would make any changes off of this. How would you play Larsa? What would your deck be? This was the only thing that come to mind, because knowing how bad having just 1 copy of Sophie was back in the day, it felt like I took it into damage every turn, or every round I played, and it was just, my deck was over. I had rely off of Chaos before, but now Darkness Manifest is out, so I figured I would try that. But yeah, just let us know what you guys think, man.
Yeah. So my idea here is, obviously we knew what each other were playing, and since Larsa was so heavily dependent on the damage zone, I was like, well, I can just not deal damage, right? So that was kind of the original game plan, and then obviously that blew up in my face. So I hate Archfiends. Let's just put it that way. I don't have the luck to run 5 colors in a deck. It just doesn't ever work out for me, but that's okay. So the whole idea here is kind of centered around the cards that are on board. Obviously you have just to make Opus 19 Golbez work, you have to have a mass amount of Archfiends, or you have to have some way to search them and keep them in hand. I think Vayne is a great companion for Golbez, but it requires me to have a lot of things already set up to really get the maximum benefit out of that. I think in the one game where I did get them both off, it was very late game, it was too late, and even the 2 cards that I drew didn't matter. Originally, I actually was going, like I said, with the no damage aspect, and then I was like, well, I kind of want to do like this Darkness Manifest thing, because obviously there's a lot of colors in here, and it would make it really simple. But then it kind of didn't make sense if he was running the Sophie and the Darkness Manifest as well. That didn't really...
Yeah, I didn't even think about Darkness Manifest in that.
It didn't really feel like it would be too exciting, which I don't think it was very exciting either way. So obviously you have your mass amount of Archfiends, which I personally think that the Opus 13 Archfiends are kind of like where they are best. Opus 17 Scarm I do like more than the Opus 13 version, but I mean the gist of the Archfiends are pretty self-explanatory. The only issue is that, like I said, getting them like out onto the field with Opus 19 Golbez is a lot different. I feel like if I was running Opus 1 Golbez, these 4 Archfiends would be really cool. He does kind of void Barb's entering effect, but that's okay. So a very similar situation where I also was playing Galuf. So Galuf revealing the top 5 of the deck and playing a 2-drop. Obviously all of our Archfiends are 2-drops. It was kind of an engine just to kind of get them out. We also play the Bartz. So Bartz actually ends up naming Archfiend, and then he gains power based off of how many Archfiends you have. He then can name an element and not be chosen by summons. Obviously you didn't have any targeting summons, which was kind
of... That's when you said that, I was like...
Yeah, I mean...
I only run 3 Q-Sit.
Yeah, so... I mean, but I think the idea of Bartz in Archfiends is quite interesting, at least. We do run the Bagan to be able to search for Golbez. As you saw, we didn't get it. And then the one card that I thought was interesting was the Reagan. So I do think that in a normal situation where you are playing Archfiends, I would actually highly consider Reagan, because he can basically, as you're filtering through all these different colors, you play him, you remove 4, and then you just search for whatever piece you need. I do actually like that. I think that's quite interesting. But yeah, overall, I bricked really hard, and I don't know that I would. I don't like playing Archfiends. I don't think. I mean, it's just not my cup of tea. As high rolly as it is, it's never worked out for me. I've played it multiple times now, tried to build it multiple different ways, and yeah. But overall, it's a good brain stretcher.
Yep.
I enjoyed it. So yeah, as Oscar said, if you would build Archfiends differently, I don't even care. You don't have to put it in the comments because I'm not going to build it again. Yeah, if you kind of like this style of video where we kind of go back and forth with building decks and kind of clashing them together, let us know. Because if there's anything that we could improve on in the format that we're doing it, I would highly like to know that as well. Because I definitely want to do this again.
Yeah.
I want to roll again and find out what we get. So,
See how it goes.
yeah. But either way, let us know what you think. Let us know what you would improve. And until next time.